What's happening, guys? Welcome to the Russell Hant Show. I'm your host, and this is the player's performance and the Russell Crown. And there was 6. It was a great, amazing episode. I enjoyed it. I'm sure you did. And we're going to get right to it and talk about the person that was voted off, and that was Drea. Now, guys, we're going to have to put Drea in a category of one of the dumbest players to ever play the game at this point, because she had everything at her disposal. She was able to run the table. There's no way that she shouldn't be in the top 5 for sure. There was only 7 left. Use your idols or use your stuff, because I don't think you can use it after 5 anyway. Use it all, get to the top 5, and then, do what you got to do to stay in the game. She got played. She got played by Omar, yes. But I got more to say about that move in a second when it comes to the Russell Crown. I think you guys are going to be shocked. Not shocked, maybe pleasantly surprised, maybe. Who knows? But, man, she had it. And I said this a long time ago. I was like, if she goes home with all that stuff that she had, then do we have to consider her one of the dumbest players to ever play the game? Because we did that to who? We did it to James. We did it to JT. We did it to the ice cream scooper, Eric. So we did that and called people the dumbest player in history. They even gave out an award for it. Does she get that award now? Just saying. That's something I think I'm going to go more into depth with. Maybe do a single video on just that and talk about that and see if it makes sense to put her in that category. So now, let's move on. Jonathan. Jonathan's fading away out there, man. You can tell, too. He's fading away. He's starting to get smaller. His shoulders are getting smaller. He's looking a lot smaller. And he's right. He needs so much energy to work out there, and he's laying around because just to get up and walk for him is a lot different than somebody else. He has all that muscle that needs to be fed, and you have Romeo, and we're about to talk about him next. He eating more than Jonathan's eating, and Jonathan's 3 times his size. So, but when it comes to the game, Jonathan is doing what it takes to stay in the game physically. And we knew that was coming. We knew that could happen. Strategically, I don't think he has it. Socially, I think he's a pretty good social player. He's well-liked. Everybody likes him that watches the show. I think he might, if there was a favorite, he would probably win fan favorite. I don't know if they're doing that this year. But I think that he has the potential of winning something like fan favorite. He's a beast when it comes to challenges. Now, that challenge that he won just now against Lindsay is a very tough challenge for someone with big shoulders, big arms. I mean, you're talking about putting it's already hard for someone with wide shoulders to do that normally. A girl just does it naturally almost. So it's a lot harder for a guy to win that challenge than it is a female, and we just seen Jonathan do it. And I think that Lindsay may be a pretty good competitor, so it probably took a lot for him to win that, but he did. So when it comes to one of the greatest players this season, I wouldn't put him as that. He's just a good challenge player. He's good in challenges. That's about it. Next, Romeo. Oh, wherefore art thou my Romeo? He is at camp, like Mike. He is at camp eating the rice. That's where he for at. So that's what we have Romeo doing, absolutely nothing. Now, I can't respect Romeo's game. You guys know I give credit where credit's due no matter what. I always do. I can't respect his game because his game is more of the let me do nothing and hope to get to the end. Kind of like a Sandra game. There's 3 aspects in this game, guys. 3 aspects to make a great player. That is the social game, which I lacked at. That's the physical game. I was a little bit probably above average at that. And then there was a strategic, which I'm one of the best at that. What is he? A strategic? Nope. Physical? Nope. Social? Nobody likes him. Almost like somebody we know. As long as it's not me. Is he a Sandra type player? Somebody's not good in challenges? Someone that's not good socially, sassy? And then somebody that's not good strategically? Just as long as it's not me. I don't respect that type of player. And if he would win this season, it's like all you have to do to win the game is nothing. Sit there, you do nothing, you be bad in challenges, just not be a threat, period. That's all you got to do. You get further. So that's what we have here. I can't respect it. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll bump up his strategic play in a little bit. So that's all. Next, Mike. Another guy. A lot of people like Mike. I like Mike. He looks like he's probably a wonderful person outside the game to be friends with. Now, inside the game, all he says is, I'll give you my word. I'll give you my word. Like I said last week, he's like Coach. I'll give you my word. And then the next moment, he stabs you in the back. He's already did that several times. He did that with Drea. I'll give you my word. He did that with Ha. I'll give you my word. He did that with Roxroy. I'll give you my word. So I think that's how he plays the game, by stabbing people in the back. Is that a good social game? I don't think so. Yeah, he's a likable guy. It's not a good social game because once they get stabbed in the back, they go over there to Ponderosa and they start saying, he did this to me. He gave me his word. And when you say, I'll give you your word, if you keep saying that out loud to people and then you don't, then that's just a way to lose the game. So, next, Marianne. Another player Marianne, she has an idol. Is she playing strategically? No. Is she playing physically? No. Is she likable? Probably. Somewhat. Yes, she's aggravating because she likes to play with her emotions, she says. Can she win like that? Possibly. Who knows? I'd rather see her win than somebody like Romeo, that's for sure. But she is, she's still there. So I want to see somebody else win challenges, somebody else do something. And the challenges, what's up with all these balance challenges? When we get to a puzzle, every single one so far is a balance challenge. Every single one, somewhat endurance and balance. You had to balance your heels on those things, that's for sure. This was more of the endurance part, but you still had to balance. So maybe we can get some puzzles in there, guys. Let's try to get some puzzles in there. Let's move on. Next, it's going to get shorter and shorter, the player's performance, because the cast is getting smaller and smaller. These are the two I really wanted to talk about. That's Omar and Lindsay, because I haven't gave my Russell Crown yet, so this comes to these two. And you might be shocked. Oh, what do you mean? That's easy. Omar has that easy. Why is Lindsay in the question? Well, I'll tell you why. I watched it again, and I didn't notice this, and I don't know if you noticed this. But I'm going to talk about Omar first because Lindsay wins the Russell Crown. Let me talk about Omar. Omar is a fantastic player. He is the social aspect. Again, he might see like he has a wonderful social game now, but once everyone gets to Ponderosa and they say stuff like, hi, he told me that you said you were a puppet. His puppet. Me, Mike, talking to him if they're both at Ponderosa. Then they talk about, well, he lied to me. He lied to me. It's like, oh, he is an aggressive player. Then they start, again, you may see a good social game watching it. But does he really? I think he's lacking in the social aspect of it. And sometimes you have to. It's hard for an aggressive player to have a great social game. He's an aggressive, strategic player to have a great social game. That's why Tony's so great at the game, because he's an aggressive, strategic player, and he still has a good social game. When you can combine those two, then you're an amazing player. Is he doing that? I don't think so. I think that he's an aggressive, strategic player, and the social aspect of it is lacking. His physical aspect of it is terrible. He even said it out loud, how bad he is at physical stuff. That's why he didn't want to do anything. That's why he picked the Gray Rock. So, again, you have a player that's great strategically and nothing really else. Average at best social game, worse than average physical game. You have to be a great player, you have to be able to equal all these out. And I think that's, if I ever get on the jury and I'm voting for someone, that's how I'm going to vote. All of them separately. How did they do, and are they exceptional at one, but terrible at the other? You have to look at those things. So let's get on to the Russell Crown, and that is Lindsay. Why? How is Lindsay win the Russell Crown? I'll tell you how. You probably think Omar came up with the plan to talk to Drea and tell Drea to, or no, not talk to Drea, to talk to Mike and tell Mike to do that, to give his idol to Omar. Nope. Lindsay came up with that plan. If you watch it again, you'll see Lindsay talking to Omar, telling Omar we should do this. It was Lindsay's plan. This was the best move so far in the entire game. The best strategic move in the game. And Lindsay is the reason it happened. She probably upset watching these stuff. If she's watching this, she's probably like, yeah, that's right. I came up with that plan. Because everybody else is probably thinking Omar came up with that plan to get Drea to ask Mike for the idol. And Mike give the idol to whoever. So because of that, because it was the best strategic play so far in the whole season, she wins the Russell Crown. Congratulations, Lindsay. Also, look at her gameplay. Physical. She goes out her way to do physical challenges when she's in trouble, when she could get in trouble. Strategically, she just made one of the best strategic moves in the entire season. Socially, she's well liked. Lindsay is a perfect winner. She's a rounded player all the way around, all aspects. You might think, well, Omar's way better of a strategic player. Okay. Well, not that much better, because she just came up with that. Because the whole episode, Omar was saying, I'm getting rid of Drea. He wasn't thinking about that move. He just had one thing in his mind until she told him. So, you talk about her full rounded game? She could win this game, guys. And she would deserve it at this point. There's nothing wrong with her game whatsoever. And I know that's a turn, but I do that. I watch these episodes and I'll turn. I'll be like, oh, she ain't doing much. And that's what she did the whole season. I kept saying, we ain't seeing much of Lindsay. She's likable. She's good in challenges. And she's a strategic player. So that's all I got, guys. Hope you enjoy. If you do, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. I have my trip booked to Thailand. That's going to be in less than 3 weeks. Stay tuned, because it's going to get exciting and get exciting fast. No telling what I'm going to do there. No telling. And I'm going with my son for 2 months. That's all I got for you until next time. Keep hope alive.